everybody. Welcome back to Community Solutions. Today, we're interviewing the man, Kasir Rasul. Um, we're just gonna be asking him some questions. What he about the community, how he, um, how he and as a group, all of us can improve the community, like and find solutions.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, first I just wanna say, why did you start All Street Global?
Mm, good question. Good question. Why did I start All Street Global? All Street Global started. Um, I got into a situation younger. I did some time. I came home from upstate, and I always had a knack for clothing.
Mm.
Like in school, they used to call me Fly Kai and stuff like that. I used to always stay fresh, right? So I had a lot of friends that I always liked to dress. So it was an opportunity I had to get a clothing store. So I had partners, four partners. Um, Me, my right hand man at the time was Keon and Malcolm and KG. Those are OGs, right?
Mm.
Older guys that we used to hustle around. We did the transition from the streets to the business field. So we had got a clothing store. We named the clothing store All Street Corner Clothing. This was downtown the Coliseum around 2007. Around 2007. So, time went on, we kind of held up the store. Me and Keon, we wound up buying our partners out and we had the name. So we had moved to another location, which was uptown. We had started the Coliseum downtown South Pearl, and we had moved to another location, which was 69 Central Avenue, which was more traffic, more business and everything, area like that. So we had moved to that area, and business wasn't going too good. So, we kind of let the store go, but I kept the name.
Mm.
I kept the name, but I transferred the name into All Street Global Entertainment because I was also doing music. I was an artist at the time, so I started a record company, which was All Street Global Entertainment. Right. First it was All Street, and then I had a close friend that was my confidant. We was talking one day. He's like, we need to put something to think bigger on it. Let's go global. Let's go global on it. So we put the global on the back of that.
Mm.
So then it turned from us a clothing store to figuring it out from nothing to something, because we come from pretty much we was in the streets, and we had to figure things out. Say, all right, we want to do things right because I had younger brothers looking up to me as well. I had younger brothers, cousins, and my son was looking up to me. So I said, I can't be doing things in the street no more at this rate. I have to be around to watch my son grow up. I have to be around to add value to my community, and that's where All Street Global Entertainment came from. Because I feel that we're put in the worst position sometimes, and we have to figure it out. Sometimes no handouts. Most of the time, no handouts. So we have to start from nothing to make something, create something. So I figured out we have a lot more talent, a lot more time to be creative than some people that's given things. We have to figure it out from the ground up.
Mm.
So that's
Yeah.
where the All Street Global Entertainment. So the saying is they got Wall Street, we got all streets globally. So that's across the whole globe to allow us to travel through different cities, different states, different countries, and expand our mind, expand our creativity. So
Mm.
that's what All Street Global is about.
So pretty much you brung over the lessons that the streets taught you into business. You pretty much just did that the right way.
Pretty much, it's similar. It's a lot of similarities. It's just different language.
Mm.
It's a lot of similarities to the streets and the corporate world. It's just the language and the dress that's different from it.
All right. So like more. So like. All right. So what? So what were? How did you? So pretty much, what was your motivation for coming up with All Streets? Where'd you get that from? Like.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, All Street was pretty much. I didn't want to single out. Well, I didn't want to just single out just one street or one block or one city or one state. So I figured that we all have common goals, common drive, common interests on all the streets. So I figured that's all the streets. That's what I said. Every single street across the globe, because everybody's a part of it, a part of this. It's not just one. It's not just one set of people that's all street. If you outside, you trying to figure it out. You start from something, making nothing. You network. Your network is all over the globe, so it's all streets.
Mm.
You know.
Okay, so what are your motivations? So what inspires you to keep grinding and going to work every day? So like what's always like in the back of your head, like your motivations?
Well, one of my motivations is seeing my sons like you, Najee, and my other son that's behind the camera right now, is taking over the business and doing something creative and expanding the business and making it grow. So my motivation is being motivated by others that's doing better than me, doing something similar to what I'm doing, so doing something different that's interesting that interests me. You know, so that's my motivation. Just seeing people, you know, making things happen. You know, making things happen. Staying. My motivation is motivation, if it makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. Makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. All right, so I know you started doing the day in the life, like the little lives,
Hmm.
but like just in some short words in a couple sentences, what does a day in the life look like for you? So like from the morning to the end of the night.
Mm. It's unpredictable sometimes, you know, but for the most part, you know, I wake up, you know, I pray in the morning, first prayer in the morning, Fajr prayer, I wake up, you know, about 5:30, pray about 6, work out, get my mental, get my physical right. Well, actually, I read first, get my mental right, get my mental sharp first, because throughout the day, you know, I'm already on guard because I know someone's gonna maybe do something that may trigger, you know, something that may disturb my peace of mind.
Mm.
So I try to put up blocks in the morning, just knowing that it's a possibility that someone's gonna blow your cool, you know. So I wake up in the morning, like I said, I pray, I read, I work out, then I go through. Actually, the week before, I write down an agenda of what I'm gonna do the next day. So I say, all right, if it's editing, if it's making some calls to set up business accounts, if it's getting the dog kennel together, if it's trying to get tenants evicted, if it's, it's a lot going on. If it's if it's setting up my partners, making sure I'm able to assist my partners with making other businesses that we have going on together happen. You know, whether it's the publishing company, whether it's the development company, whether it's so pretty much my mornings start with the prep. My afternoons is answering phone calls, responding to emails, um, setting up interviews, um, making sure my daughters is good, the family is good, make sure everybody eat. Um, yeah, that's pretty much how the day goes.
Pretty busy, huh?
Yeah, the day is 24 hours. If you look up Google, Wall Street Global, we 24 hours a day. I also was a first responder, so I'm always on alert anyway.
Mm. All right. So where do you see yourself in the future? Like, or what are you for yourself or the brand, or how do you plan on expanding?
I see us having locations in every city, every state across the globe, every country across the globe. I see us having a network, having bridges, building bridges across the globe. You know, so if we want to expand and we want to network with people in China, people in Africa, people in uh, Hawaii, people in Puerto Rico, Dominican, wherever we want to go, we're going to have houses there. We're going to have housing there where we're all coming up with collective solutions to make our world a better place. That's where I see myself being an asset. Being an asset, not a liability.
Mm. Okay. Is there anything? Is there like a sneak peek to what some people could expect? So like anything? What's what's new that's gonna be coming out soon? Like little sneak peeks, like
I don't
you got
really-
any movies or anything?
Well, I don't really like to talk about it because sometimes when you talk about it, there's some powers that really like to block certain things when you talk about it. But a spinoff of this show, the Community Solutions, we're doing interviews with entrepreneurs in the community, trailblazers in the community pillars, and we're gonna tap into that. That's one. This is pretty much a project where we're gonna. The first part is the interviews. The second part we're gonna do is the day in the life. So we're gonna come through. You know, we're gonna show. We're gonna walk through what you tell you. You know where you started at. You know how's a day in the life for yourself. Walk through a day in the life. Spend a day with you, the entrepreneurs that we already interviewed, and see what your day in the life look like. And if you could, hopefully, this show us and empower other people to tap into their natural talent that God blessed them with. So that's one part of it. But you can look forward to innovation. Like I said, the fashion is coming on another level. The film is coming on another level. Cartoons for the kids. Books. Property development. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot coming. It's a lot in store. We in 10 years now, but it still feel like our first year. It's our first win. Yeah.
Global, so you're really going global now.
Yes, sir. You could probably turn that live off too, because we're gonna have more of this on the YouTube channel, which is Community Solutions.
All right, so what is your plan for, or what advice do you have for the youth, young kids, or anybody that's
You can take the phone off.
Yeah. So
Hold
what is your what advice do you have for the youth or anybody that's struggling, seeking advice or some help?
The advice I have for the youth and for people struggling is, it's always help around you, right? It's always help around you, and no one's gonna help you until they see you helping yourself first, right? So even if you just asking a question, or even if you maybe you have to better yourself first. Sometimes if you can't find help, like I said, find somebody close to you. Maybe it's a lesson that your grandmother told you. Maybe she passed and she told you something that might have stuck with you. It's always a sign around us. Like driving the car, we always see signs. Sometimes we don't pay attention to the signs and we crash or we get pulled over or something like that. But it's always a sign. It's always a sign. So my advice is to pay attention to the signs and just get with somebody next to you that's doing something that you may want to do, doing something that interests you. Find out your niche, because everybody's blessed with a talent. Find out your niche, and don't stop. Don't stop, because every time you may think you're going through something, but trust and believe someone has been through something worse than you and made it through that. Even myself. So just look at me. If I can do it, anybody can do it, pretty much. So that's my youth. That's my advice for you. Don't stop. Keep educating yourself. Keep educating yourself. Keep educating yourself. Keep reading. Reading is very instrumental. It don't cost a lot. A library card is what, 25 cents?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Library card, 25 cents. And now you could even go to YouTube and just listen to, motivational tutorials. I like Eric Thomas. Jim Roden. Les Brown. It's a whole bunch. Tony Roberts. It's a bunch of motivational speakers that you could just listen to. If you don't like reading, you can just listen to certain things, and it'll trigger something inside you to do better. Yeah. And my thing for the youth is this right here. It's never too early, never too late. I'll start now, right?
Yes, sir.
That's this guy right here, right? So that's motivation right there for the youth. Ayub Ali.
Yeah. All right. So is there any collaborations coming up? Like who are you? Is there anything in the works for collaborations between anything with entertainment or just pretty much anything with Austria Global?
Yeah, we have a lot of collaborations coming up. Like I said, everybody we did an interview with has a company. Kitchen 216 has a company. Who Bridge the Community Gap has a company. Everybody we interview with, those are collabos right there.
Mm.
That's a collab right there. 'Cause we actually had a chance to build a relationship with everybody that came on the show. So that right there is a collaboration within itself.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything else that you wanna expand on, or?
Nah, I just want us to do better this year as a whole. You know what I'm saying? The country, our inner city, our streets, our block. I want us to be better than ourselves, right? Find your inner self, your better self, and keep trying to, just do things that you know is right. I mean, do things that you know is right, and keep studying, keep innovating, you know, and make sure you buy this book right here. I'll start now, all right? And make sure you buy the hat too, Wall Street Global. That's the website is www.allstreetglobal.com. Contact us at allstreetglobal.com. Everything Wall Street Global. Google us.
All right. So, remember, guys, they got Wall Streets, and we got all streets. See you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.